Hey everybody, welcome to the Blind Gooner. I'm joined by Claude this evening. How you doing, Claude?
How are you, Daniel? How are you, mate? Are you well?
Not too bad. Finally got there in the end. Bloody technical issues.
Oh, I'm amazed that you're able to do it, mate, because it just shows you what you can do, innit?
It
Anyway,
does. With technology, mate, you can do anything. You can pretty
well
much,
done, mate. Well done.
you can pretty much do anything. But got there in the end. And how you feeling about the game on Monday, Claude? How you feeling about Bournemouth? Are you confident?
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I think I don't know what sort of teams are. I think we're playing really well, so I wouldn't change it too much. I think playing so well on the other night, I would leave it. I mean, there's going to be Aubameyang is still out, so I don't think we've got a few injuries as well. So we might have to keep it roughly the same, with maybe one or two having a rest and one or two coming in. But I think I'm sure Bournemouth are going to make a lot of changes as well. So I'm confident. Yeah, very confident.
And what I wanted to ask you, Claude, because a lot of people, I have this discussion with a lot of people, and the FA Cup for you, does it still mean something if we win the FA Cup? I know it's sort of late been our sort of get out of jail free card in terms of winning the trophy, and it's what kept Wenger in the job for a hell of a long time, maybe too long. But is the FA Cup still have the same appeal to you as to what it used to be?
Yeah, of course, it's still a cup. Maybe not have that buzz that it had years and years ago when it was only a match on the TV. But no, I still think it's a prestigious competition. I think it'd be nice to win a trophy. It would be a good way for Mikel Arteta to start off his managerial career. It would be to get the FA Cup under his wing, So yeah, it's a trophy, and I don't think it's our priority now. I think is to try and go as far as we can in the Europa League if we can do it. The league now seems to be gone for us, but the FA Cup is there as well. If we get a chance, a bit of luck in the competition, we could go all the way.
Yeah, I mean, what for you, Claude? What's a priority this season? Is a priority winning the FA Cup and maybe creating a winning mentality, or should we be focusing on the Europa League and focusing on getting higher up in the Premier League?
The priority for me is that Arteta gets his system in place and is really ready for next season. That's what his priority should be. Getting to get to know the players, to make sure that next season who's to stay and who's to go, and have a really good go at it next season, possibly top four and a good run in Europe. Well, no, it won't be in Europe, probably not in Europe, but having a good run in the league and possibly getting back in the top four and then going again.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's probably I don't know. I still think we should focus on the Europa League. I think winning that trophy, winning the Europa League, would mean something more than winning the FA Cup, just for the simple fact being that it does have the carrot of Champions League football at the end. And I just think we've won the FA Cup a lot in recent years. We've got quite a good record, and I think it'd be nice to have a European trophy under our belts as well, because at the moment we haven't got that, and I just think it'd give everyone a lift. It'd bring the fan base together, getting back in the Champions League, and I don't know. Maybe that's being a bit too optimistic, but I do hope for. I do really want us to get back in that Champions League. The Europa League's great, and it's sort of been a welcome break from the Champions League, in terms of not going through the group stages and then getting knocked out of the last 16. So the Europa League has been a welcome break, but it would be nice to get back into the Champions League and get back to where we belong as a football club.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, mate. But the thing is, we've got to take small steps at a time now. I think we were left in a mess by the previous coach, and I think now we have to really go steadily. We mustn't. I mean, the league now is a bit beyond us. To get top four in the league is a bit beyond us. You never know. I mean, Chelsea don't have a very experienced side that might be still in our favour, but realistically, though, is the cup competitions are now a good run in the cup competitions is our only way. But as long as we get to the end of the season and we get into a situation where Mikel Arteta's got a good summer to work with, the players that he wants to work with, and then next season we go again. But I've written off the season as the league is concerned, because I just don't see it. I think we'll be between 10th and 6th now, to be honest, at best.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of an optimist. I don't know. I just, do you know what? I wasn't at the start of the season when Unai Emery was at the club. I felt we were going backwards as a football club, but since Arteta's come in, he's proven the doubters wrong, isn't he, Claude? He's okay. It's still early days, but the early signs are showing that he's not doing too bad at the moment, especially with the, to be quite honest, with the crap he's got to work with. He's not doing too bad.
Yeah, I think he is doing very well at the moment, but this is very early days. And you're saying doing results, I'm afraid I'm not going for him at the moment. I mean, one league win in the 6, is it?
Yeah, I think.
But the performances are better. But then they should be getting better, because we were a real low, weren't we? And we need to be picking up a few results, though. We do need to be picking up a few results for him to cement something. You know what I'm saying? We need to get some results in there, because as much as the performances have been better, we need to get results, because we are not in how can I say it? I just think we have to wait and see on this one, because I think we mustn't get carried away too much. But he's doing well.
Yeah, and it's important the board back him, isn't it, Claude? The board have got to back him, because at the moment, it's all well and good doing well with the players you've got, but if we're going to have any aspirations of improving as a team and moving up that table in future seasons, some of these players aren't good enough. Some of these players, they've been doing well, but there's only so far you can take these players before you get to a point and you say, do you know what? You're simply not good enough, and you've got to go.
Oh, you've got a message here. Someone's come up. Look, Destiny Player. Do you know Destiny Player? She said hi. Do you know Destiny Player?
Thanks for watching. Also, as well, if anyone's not subscribed, subscribe. Whether you watch this watching now, I can't see how many people's watching. I think there's only one person watching. I'm not entirely sure. But I want to ask you, Claude, as well. I want to ask you, what do you think of this new, this player we're being linked with, this Pablo Mari or whatever his name is? I probably butchered his name, but what do you think? Because I know it's not a top centre back, but it's, it is only, with possibly a loan deal with an option to buy.
Oh, I think we bought him. I'm not sure if he's in London, isn't he? At the moment,
he's at London. I think he's having his medical this weekend, and then.
Do you know what, Daniel? I know nothing about him. All I've been hearing is reports that he's slow, position-wise, he's not very good, and he's just good in the air. That's all I've heard about him, which is not very encouraging. And and looking at the clubs he's played in Spain, but he then got demoted to the 2nd division in Spain, and then went back to Brazil, where he's playing for the best team in Brazil at the moment, I think. But You know what? I'm not really sure about him. I don't know much about him. I'm only going what. I'm only going by what I'm reading, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's an Edu signing, isn't it? So Edu must know something. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But when it comes to
this is what I was going to say, Claude. And you were saying it's an Edu signing, and let's not forget it was Edu who brought in Martinelli, and
yeah, that's different.
Look how well that's worked out, you know. And I see that Martinelli as well has been. I've seen reports going around as well that he's set to be offered a new contract to stop teams like Real Madrid and Barcelona coming in for him. But I don't know how true that is, or whether that's just paper speculation, or whether that's. But I think
Sonny's come in with a comment. Sonny's has come in. Yeah, Arsenal fan base going over the top again. Got slaughtered. I got slaughtered on Twitter as usual for telling the truth. That's what Sonny is saying.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you want to. If Sonny's available to join us, and I don't know. I mean, it's up to you, Daniel.
Yeah, you available to join, Sonny? Put a comment in if you're available to join, and you got the link there, Claude. Send him the link if he's.
Yeah, I can send him the link if you want.
Yeah.
Let me get it.
Let's have a look. So while we're waiting, Claude, I want to ask you. I want to ask you, what are your predictions for the game on Sunday? How do you think it will go? And because I said in my preview yesterday that I don't think it's going to be as easy as what people think it is, because Bournemouth are not a bad little side. I know they've struggled in the Premier League this season, but we've seen with the FA Cup, anything can happen. You know, these little teams seem to thrive on playing up against the big teams in the FA Cup, and we're going to be down at their place on Monday. It's going to be cold, wet, and windy.
Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to getting soaked on Monday. So well, how do you think it will go, Claude? How do you think the game will go?
How do I think the game will go? I think, as I said, I think we won't be having that many changes. I think because we've got injuries, suspensions. Louise is out. Aubameyang's out through suspension. I'm not sure if Socrates will be fit. Depends. A lot of it depends on what our injury situation. I think we'll play certainly very much near the same team, apart from Louise, that we played the other night. I really do. We've had virtually a week off as well. It's not as if we played. We're Tuesday now. It's be Monday, won't it? So it's not as if they'd be tired players. So I think if we go full strength, I think we will beat them, because I'm sure Bournemouth will play a lot of reserve players. They've got a big injury list anyway, as it is. But then they're on a bit of a momentum. Maybe they won't change their team too much. And I think I do think we'll win, though. I really do. I think we'll win, but at least get a replay. We won't lose the game.
Yeah, I've seen as well that a lot of people saying that they want a replay just so they've got a game over the Premier League break. Yeah, our fan base amazes me. What sort of lineup are you expecting, Claude? What sort of team? Because I don't think we're going to play. I think it'll be a mixed bag. I think some of the first team players will be rested.
I don't see why. I don't see why, because they played. It's virtually a week since they played. Plus, we've got the international break coming up as well. So, and a lot of them probably won't be going anyway. So, I don't think so much. I don't know. I think the goalkeeper will be Martinez. I think that'll be a change there. I think in the back four we'll probably play. Maybe they don't want to risk too much on Bellerin because he's just got back. Maybe they might play Maitland-Niles there. I don't know. Is he fit, Maitland? Yeah, he was Maitland-Niles. And then you've got the two defenders. I think will be Holding and probably Mustafi. And then you've got the left back will be, I think Saka will stay at left back. I just don't think there'll be much change. Maybe Guendouzi will come in. I don't know if and Torreira will be rested alongside Xhaka. And then maybe Ceballos might get a game instead of Ozil. And then that's the only real changes I see, really.
Yeah. Do you know the Ceballos one is interesting because I've seen, all the reports this week is he's not happy at Arsenal and that he's not. He wants to end his loan spell, which for me, I think personally we should be keeping hold of somebody like Ceballos because when he plays well, I think he's got more to offer than Ozil. I know a lot of people say that Ozil's work rate has improved and that, but I just think Ozil still lacks something creatively going forward, and he is a attacking midfielder, and I just don't see what he has to offer. Whereas Ceballos can give us a little bit something different in that position. What do you make of those rumours, Claude, about Ceballos wanting to end his loan spell? Because when a new manager comes in, for me, there's always casualties, and he just seems like he's going to be one of those players that just gets left by the wayside.
He's just got back from injury, and to be honest, and I think he just wants to play foot. He wants to play because of the Euros coming up. So I think he does want to play regularly. So I can understand that. So they've got a decision to make now, whether they think he can be part of the squad for the rest of the season. I wouldn't let him go, to be personal, because I think I think that he could be quite important in the next few weeks for us, unless we're bringing someone else in. But there's the Guna said, would you take Santi back, Daniel?
Would I take Santi Cazorla back? Do you know what I would? Do you know what I actually really would take Santi back?
You would?
Yeah, I would. Listen, I know he's aging a bit now, but it's been shown that players are aging. Some of them can still go on. And listen, he was brilliant, wasn't he, Santi, when he played for us. It was just unfortunate the way it ended. And I know he's come out.
He's in. Click him in. Can you see a click on that?
Yeah.
Can you see him?
Hold on, give me a sec. Let me try and find his.
He ain't coming up on my screen, so I don't know where he's saying he's in. There he comes.
Hello, you all right?
Hello, so Sonny's in the building, people.
Good luck with the
Sonny, how's it going? Well, glad you could make it, mate. Glad you could make it.
Thanks for inviting me on, mate. I just get permission.
Just give your channel a shout out, mate. Just give you.
It's Sunny TV Unfiltered. Basically, we just invite all the Arsenal fans on to have a chat. That's all it is, really. Everyone's got a podcast.
So we're just talking about Danny Ceballos and the rumours linking him. He wanting to end his loan spell. What do you make of that, Sonny?
To be honest with you, I don't blame him. Do you? At the end of the day, I mean, basically, he had his first game, and he was out of this world. And then he had Emery after that, who killed him, and then he's had injuries. And to be honest with you, it's obvious Arsenal don't want to pay the money to keep him. So it's unfortunate because I think it's probably the best probably one of the best midfielders we've got at the club. It's another player who's come to Arsenal at the wrong time. Again, the Arsenal fan base is embarrassing. Based on one good performance, they made a song about him. Total overreaction.
What are you on about,
Yeah,
Sonny?
Danny Ceballos, Claude, based on one brilliant performance against Burnley, the Arsenal fans made a song about him. You know, there's Arsenal fans have been there for years and who haven't got a song. Danny Ceballos has one good game against Burnley, and the fans make a song about him, and now he's gone.
Yeah, but the thing with that is he has had a lot of injury. He's had a big injury there, hasn't he? So he's not really had a chance to put 2 or 3 games together. I know where you're coming from, though.
It's obvious Madrid are going to want proper money for him, and Arsenal are not prepared to pay it. So, but is he better than what we got? He probably is.
Yeah, at the moment, I mean, if he goes and we get another injury, we haven't got no creativity then, have we? I mean, I think we need to keep him really for a few months because the way our injuries are happening at the moment, unless we're bringing someone in. I mean, what do you make of that? Sorry, Daniel. Sorry. What do you make of that? What do you make of that new signing from Brazil? A lot of people say he's got no position sense. He's slow, but he's good in the air. So he's perfect for us, then, isn't he?
It's like an aeroplane without sat nav, then, isn't it? But yeah, I wish those people on Twitter who said that were on my Twitter thread, because all I said was I'm underwhelmed and I've got slaughtered. You know
what it is, Edu. And I said this before you joined, Sonny. I said that Edu, he pulled Martinelli out of the bag, didn't he? And nobody expected great things from him, and he's doing all right in his first season. I mean, we've got to. Have we not, as Arsenal fans, we've got to trust the process a little bit.
No,
you know, we've got to be. I know what I really do get it, that, you know, because we've had mediocrity for such a long time, but isn't it now time now? And I do generally believe that we've got a good coach on our hands. We've just got to let him implement his stuff a bit longer, get the players he needs, because he's not working with his players. He's working with a group of deadbeats, if I'm honest, with only a few exceptions. So I just think we've got to be a bit patient.
Come, Daniel, come on. Seriously, don't lose your identity, mate. You know, honestly, you won't be able to go on holiday if you lose your identity. Listen, this geezer they've bought, he might be decent. You can't compare him with Martinelli for one. Martinelli and Guendouzi were unknown players, and they're still kids, right? Finding their way in the game. Martinelli turned out to be a gem. Guendouzi, for me, I'm undecided. Just because Edu's made one good recruitment thing, it doesn't mean everyone he's going to make is going to be good, does it? You know, he's not. Edu don't walk on water. You know, let's not go over the top about these people. As far as I'm concerned, all we've been hearing all this time is Upperman can't do this, Upperman can't do that, Upperman can't do this, Upperman can't do that, and then they go and get someone who's totally unknown, and everyone's going over the top, like we just won the lottery. You know, everyone's moans about moving out of Deadwood. You don't know if we just got another bit of Deadwood. You know, he didn't make it in Manchester City. He hasn't made it in Spain, and he went and made it in Brazil. So let's not make it out like he's Maldini, because we just don't know, do we? None of us have ever heard of him. So how can you be excited about no one you haven't heard of?
But nobody heard of Martinelli, did they? When he come in, nobody heard of him.
You know what?
Now everybody's saying to him, you know, that he could be the next Alexis Sanchez. And
he ain't yet, though. Listen, he ain't yet. Right? Let's get it right. He's not yet. Right? We got a good draw against Chelsea. It was good on the night, but we didn't win. We needed to win to have any chance at the top four. We still didn't win. The Arsenal fan base needs to now calm down. I'm happy they got Arteta. I'm over the moon. It doesn't mean I'm going to give everything a free pass just because we got Arteta. I don't care. You know, as far as I'm concerned, Arsenal have fallen off a cliff, and they need to get themselves back up there. And they need to make a statement signing in defence, and they haven't done that for me. You can't build a foundation on straw.
See, that's what I'm saying, Sonny. We're going down the same road when it comes to recruitment, isn't it? We're going down that same road again.
Claude, I mean, you could say a thousand positive things, right? You say one thing questionable, all of a sudden you're Jack the Ripper. right? I can't stand this fan base. As far as I'm concerned, right, Kroenke has now been let off the hook again, right? And Raul's been let off the hook. And he might turn out to be decent, but at the end of the day, usually you get what you pay for.
Well, we all know that, don't we? I mean,
in your opinion, then, Sonny, what would be a good sign in this window? Because everyone keeps banging on about the January transfer window being difficult to sign these big players, and it is to a certain extent. But what would you be happy with as an Arsenal fan in terms of signings?
Everyone also says if you go to January sales after Christmas, it's very hard. It's very hard to get the bargains because everybody else is there trying to get the bargains, right? If you got the money in your pocket and you're first at the door, you get what you want, mate. You know, if you ain't got the money in your pocket, all you're doing is window shopping and going down the market. You know, for me, money talks. The thing is, Arsenal fans don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. None of you two on the screen know nothing. We don't know what Arsenal finances are. The press don't know nothing. The only people who know really is Raul, Edu, Vinay, and the Kroenkes. But you know what? Since the Kroenkes have been here, we've been going backwards and backwards and backwards. And don't tell me they're going to get some geezer who no one's ever heard of, and I'm going to all of a sudden my face is going to be restored. I ain't deluded.
Yeah.
But do you think? Do you think? I'm going to ask this to you as well, Claude. Do you think? What has to happen for you guys to trust the board again?
Go on, Claude, I'll let you go first.
What has to happen for you guys to change your opinion on the board?
Me myself personally, it's not the amount of money you sign, you're spending as well. Sometimes it's to pick out a really decent player out. It doesn't always have to cost a fortune, but we're spending, we're going after players that have not really done anything in the game, and this is what I don't. It's just cheap. It's just I don't know. You know, Sonny said you should be going after Upamecano. Before people say we ain't got the money, of course we've got the money. I mean, I don't get it. Everyone else is spending. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I just feel the recruitment has got. I don't think it's so much Kroenke. I think it's these people underneath him as well. I think they're the ones to blame because what they're doing is that Raul is using his agent to get players. So that agent gets paid a big slice of the money. I think that's what's going on at the moment.
The other thing is like Claude, right? Everyone's putting their faith in Edu, yeah, and you know, pull out Martinelli, which is great. There used to be a saying in football, right? If you're above 15 years old, you go and get a player from South America. It's very hit and miss because South Americans don't usually travel well. So everyone going on about South Americans, whoever comes from South America. Are going to be up there, but not necessarily. If you go back through players, South American players, most of them have been crap.
Yeah, because it's difficult.
It's an interesting environment. Thing is, I actually think those South Americans are made for the Premier League because the Premier League is quite tough, and South Americans are tough, aren't they? You know, you know, look at Torreira. You know,
Daniel, what load of bollocks, mate? Seriously, what load of bollocks. So basically, if you're born near a beach, yeah, you're going to be tougher than you are if you're going to be born in South London, yeah. That make no difference, mate. It's a myth.
I think with South Americans though, they're born winners, aren't they? You know, they're born. Yeah, I think so.
How can you be born a winner, mate? We all come out the same way, out your mum. So how can you come out a winner or a loser?
But I do. No.
Is it something?
Hey, some people are born and they don't come out their mums. Do you know what I mean? But
it's something they eat when they're pregnant or something. That you're going to come out a winner or a loser.
No.
But what I mean is that
is it saying they eat when they're pregnant? You're going to come out a winner or a loser? So you asked, right? What could the board do to change my mind? How about resign? Resign. I'm going to be clonky out, and I'm not convinced on this board, right? And I don't care how many Arsenal fans attack me or whatever. I'm not changing my opinion for no one. I'm not.
Listen, everybody's got different opinions.
Daniel, I'm not going to be positive for the sake of being positive. I'm not going to be negative.
No, of course, Sonny. Of course. Listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't agree with Arsenal fan base slagging each other off because somebody's got a difference of opinion to them. Listen, everybody, if we all had the same opinion, the world would be fucking boring, wouldn't it? So, do you know what I mean?
The people who didn't agree with me today, right, is currently calling me names, right? I said to him, do you know what? Don't hide behind your player profile on your picture. Come on my podcast and let's have a proper debate. How many people took me up on the offer? None. A lot of them are mouthy on Twitter, but they're too scared to come on a podcast and show their face. So all of a sudden, you can start picking things out of their appearance and start doing this and start doing that. Don't hide behind Pepe's picture. You're not Pepe.
Daniel.
Yes.
The last message. Do you know? Click it onto the screen.
Let me have a look here. Let me. Where's that? Right at the bottom, yeah.
On 1999, it is.
Proper geezer. What he's saying is we've had no investment from the owners, so we use the money for transfers from income we generate. So that's significantly less than other big clubs, which is true. Self-sustaining model.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen if we don't qualify for Europa League as well? That's going to be another £20 million we've lost as well.
So the comment is here. Somebody's put we have £0 investment, which is less than all the other clubs put in from the owners. So we use the money from. Hold on.
Yeah, but we knew about this when these owners took over. That it's self-sustaining. No one was protesting then. That's when we should have protested, because at the end of the day, when this bloke took over, you knew that he wasn't going to use his own money. He was going to use the money that is generated by the club.
It always has been.
He's not.
It always has been. Even when we had Wenger, right? Yeah, let's get it right. Let's seriously get it right now. Yeah, 3 league titles in 22 years is disgusting for a manager, in my opinion. Right? It's disgusting. Don't let the unbeaten season be more than what it was. It's just a league title. It's just a gold cup. It's just a gold trophy in the Diamond Club. You don't get anything extra for it, right? If ever Arsenal compete with Man City, Liverpool, United, now Spurs, Leicester, Wolves, Everton, when Chelsea, we're always getting their sloppy seconds. So we're not a big club anymore.
I said this as well in one of my videos yesterday. I said that I'm fed up of getting all the cast-offs. Like we had William Gallas when he was over the hill. We had who was that one from? We had Sylvester from United, didn't we? At one point when we had Cech and his best years were at Chelsea. We had and now we got David Luiz. I don't see it. I don't get what the fascination is with getting these cast-offs, and especially, the reports out there that we're supposedly getting Boateng. I don't understand why, and I get it. I don't understand why we're going in for these types of players that are over the hill. Do you know what I mean? To put it bluntly, and I know I said earlier about aging players still being good, but that's only a select few of them. I don't get it.
I'll guarantee you, Aubameyang won't be here next year. He won't be here next year. Some will be gone. I'm telling you, right? And you know what, right? Arsenal fans, right? They're saying be positive. We can't buy a win at the moment. We've won 1 in 15 games or something like that. Yeah, we won one in 15. And as much as Arteta has improved the players, right, they're still shit. Right, they're still shit. They're 10th in the league for a reason.
I was saying to Claude that
Arteta hasn't fixed everything. When we compete for the league title, I'll say Arteta's fixed things. At the moment, we're still a work in progress.
I was saying to Claude earlier that there's only so much you can do with these players before you have to turn around and go, you know what, you're not good enough.
They're not good enough.
You're just simply not good enough.
If Arteta coached me, I'm not going to be good enough. There's only so much the geezer could do. He's doing the right things. But if you ain't got the right tools, you ain't going to do it. Arsenal fans are going on like there's no problems at all. Everything's like rose in the garden. We're 10th in the bloody league.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this as well. Do you think, because I don't think it's all the Kroenke's fault. You know, yes, a lot of people could say that it's, you know, a lot of people could say that, yes, they're not, you know, they're not the forefront of the club. They don't really come out and acknowledge things when things are bad. But when you look at all the money they have invested,
it's not that much.
But it's they have invested money.
Look at all the money coming, Daniel.
Let me put this to you, Sonny and Claude, as well. Let me put this. It's not Kroenke's fault that we went and bought Granit Xhaka. It's not Kroenke's fault that we went and bought Mustafi. It's not Kroenke's fault that we went and brought Mavropanos. It's not Kroenke's fault that we went and brought El Neni. You can list all those players, but it's not Kroenke who signed off. And I believe that it was Gazidis.
It is his fault. I'll tell you why it is his fault, right? When they bought Mustafi and Granit Xhaka, for the £35 million they spent on them two Wallies, right? You telling me there wasn't a better player out there in their position?
Of course there was.
Exactly.
We could have got Conte.
Right, even forget Kante, right? You telling me there wasn't a better defender in the whole of Europe better than Mustafi?
Yeah, but Sonny, hold on a minute. He gives the money. He's not the expert on the player. He gives the money. Eh?
All right, let me answer that. Yeah, Daniel's just got his new guide dog, right? If you want your guide dog to take down a shop, right, and he took you down the train station instead, right? Whose fault is it? It's the person who trained the dog. It's the person who trained the dog, yeah? Right? It's not the dog's fault. So obviously it's Kroenke's fault.
To be, I'm not entirely sure.
I'm not getting me. What you got is a director of football. Then you got the coach, and then you got the director of football, and then the director of football, right, goes to the chairman and asks. He's the one with the expertise on the player. Kroenke knows fuck all about football, yeah? But he provides the money. He's taken the word from the someone like Raul or Gazidis that this player is good. So he gives him the money. It's like you...
But that's not his fault, though, is it? That's not his fault, though, is it?
You come to me, right? You want something. You want to buy something for a present for someone, right? And you haven't got the money. I give you the money. And then you go and buy the present, but I'm not going to tell you what present to buy, am I?
Right,
so do you understand where I'm coming from here?
Yeah, I do. All right, if you tell me to go and buy the present, Claude, I'm going to go and buy someone a wedding gift, yeah? Right? So you give me the 50 quid to go and buy someone a wedding gift. The decent wedding gifts cost £100. So basically, I need to go to the market instead of going to John Lewis, right? So all I'm buying them is a load of shit.
No, but here we go. This is where you're wrong, because we could have bought Kante, right? It was in the same price bracket as Xhaka.
And
but Gazidis wanted Xhaka.
Right.
So he's giving him the money, but he's bought the wrong player because he's gone in the same shop and bought a different player. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Who would you have gone to? If you was Kante, would you have went to Chelsea or would you went to Arsenal? At the time when Eden Hazard was available, right, and Arsenal were in for him with one toe, not really in for him, where did he go to? He went to Chelsea. 32 million quid. We was never in that shop. We was in that shop when it comes to renewing your season ticket. All of a sudden, we're in that shop. We're in Harvey Nichols. As soon as it comes to renewing your season ticket, we go to Boots.
Yeah, I can understand. I can understand that, but then it's not always. How can I say it? It's not always the big money that if you've got someone clever that's recruiting, you can always get players like
Leicester have, yeah.
Well, like Leicester got them cheap. And look at this bloke they got Ndidi. How much they paid for him? They paid hardly anything.
Ndidi Indeed, he's
I
overhyped.
mean, Leicester's
Sometimes
recruitment
you've got to look at the
has
scouting,
been pretty good.
the scouting of players, the judging their characters, things like that. That's not been done properly. And this is not Kroenke's fault. This is
Claude,
people below him.
if you're a top club, and you need Arsenal at the moment, yeah, they need 7 players to make us decent, to get the challenge, right? You can't go out and get 7 players to coach to be better, right? You need to go out and get at least 4 or 5 ready-made players. Arsenal ain't doing that. We've fallen too far down. We've fallen too far down to do that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
I think once we get back in the Champions League, you know, I think we can. I think all the time, and this is what I've been saying
you've got a long way
to people, is that all the time we have been out the Champions League. That has hurt us.
Oh, Daniel,
because we can't attract.
Please don't.
But we can't attract the top players. Hold on, let me just say this.
Bullshit.
Who's gonna say you go for an Upper Meccano, right? And if Arsenal went in with a £70 million bid for Upper Meccano, and you say you were Upper Meccano and you had right, I could stay at Leipzig and still be in the Champions League, still be in the, you know, still be top of the Bundesliga, or I can go to Arsenal or in 10th and, you know, possibly not win anything. Possibly, what are you going to do? Do you know what I mean?
I'll go somewhere which pays me the most money, which is what a modern day footballer does. They go whoever pays them the most money.
I just think being out of the Champions League has hurt us.
Claude,
and as great as the Europa League is.
Daniel, we were in the Champions League for 21 years consecutively, yeah? Did we ever go and buy the top players? No, we didn't.
But we've got a new system in place now.
What difference does it make? It's just a different person, a different suit.
And I do get it, Sonny. I do get your frustration. I really do. But I just think there comes a point where you have to just turn around and go, okay, it's a new process. Getting Emery was the wrong appointment. I think we can all agree on that now, that getting Emery was just, in my opinion, a parting shot from Gazidis. I don't think it was ever properly thought through. But I think now that we've got a decent coach and he's worked under Guardiola, you know, and he is starting to implement stuff, and you can see it on the pitch that he's starting to implement stuff. But I just think we have to give him time to get these players in. And
Daniel, listen, we talked about Leicester, yeah, okay, by spending smartly, yeah. Are Leicester ever going to compete for the league? No. Doing it the Leicester way or the Spurs way, you're only going to get into the top 4. You're not going to be challenging for the league. So basically, forget the league title. You want to see Arsenal win the league again? Go on YouTube, bruv, because you're never going to get another league title in our lifetime.
Do you really think? Do you really think that?
I'm 1,000,000% thinking. And all these excuses about if we're not in the Champions League, we can't attract top players. It's all a load of rubbish. We're in the Champions League for 21 years. We never went for the top players anyway. It's the Arsenal way. All they do.
But that was an old regime, though, wasn't it? It does. It really does. It really does, Sonny. It really does.
Somebody knows even worse, Daniel. You got somebody.
But how do we know that? How do we know that? This structure is only. But let me tell you something. This structure has only been in place for 18 months.
And what they do, they fucked up for the first 18 months.
But have they?
They got Emery.
But that was.
They got Emery, didn't they?
But that was Gazidis. I believe Emery was Gazidis' parting shot. And Gazidis is not here now. You know, I don't think that was a Raul decision or yes, it was going to be a Kroenke decision because Kroenke. But is that really Kroenke's fault? I've just got. You've just got to have a bit of perspective here. Do you know what I mean?
Because if you own something, Daniel, if you own something, the buck stops with you. You're the owner, right? If I owned an off license, right? If I owned an off license and my manager sold drinks to the underage kids, who loses their license? I do. Stop making excuses.
I understand that. I do. I really understand. Claude, what do you make? What do you make of all this, Claude?
Claude,
What's your take on it all?
For his backing, what the Conky's done? Please tell me one thing they've done. What's positive, right? And tell me why they're getting back so much, please.
Look, to me, I don't think I know where you're coming from, but I think it's just part of the problem. I just feel that the recruitment on by Raul at the moment is not that great. I mean, we've just spent see, that's another thing. £72 million on Pepe. You can't say he hasn't put the money out for that. 72 million.
Well, he hasn't
right?
really. Yeah, put money out.
Who's paid? He's paid 72 million for it.
He's paying installments. He's not paying all out at once, so is he?
Sonny, let me tell you something, right? Don't believe all the media shit, man. Most transfers are paid in installments.
Yeah,
no one pays money directly up. That's all bullshit. It's all paid in installment. All transfers. Most of the transfers are paid in installment.
Every transfer is, yeah.
Right. He's paid 72 million for Pepe. So you can't say he's not putting the money out.
No, but he's not, though, is he, Claude? Because the 72 million they're shelling out, right? When there's more money in football than there ever has been, right? For one, right? The stadium debt is probably next to nothing now. They're making money hand over fist, Claude, getting sponsored left, right, and centre, and we got people celebrating that Pepe took a corner and they scored from a corner. Do me a favour, come on.
Yeah, I agree. But what I'm trying to say to you is that how can I put it?
Claude, let me say it another way. That 72 million that they put aside for Pepe, right, has now affected their transfers for the next 4 years.
Yeah. So what you're saying is it's not the money then. You're saying
it is the money. It is the money, Claude, because they can't go and get two Pepes now, can they? They can't go and get a Pepe and a Zaha, can they? Because the money they haven't got up front in their hand, right, for Pepe to then go and get a Zaha, it means they're going to buy shit all around him, right? Just because they put money aside for Pepe. It all comes down to money.
Yeah. Why? Yeah, because what you've got to understand, right? We're stuck with this, and because we should have people should have protested to people like Nina Bracewell Smith, who told all that. What you've got to understand, this guy is in this club for an investment, right? He's here to.
If we're stuck with it, you don't have to accept it and make excuses.
But Sonny, tell me what can we do, right? Nothing. He owns the whole football club. Nothing. What can we do? We all sitting here protest. Let's get him out. How are we going to get him out? Well, can someone find me a buyer? Football is going to prepare to buy him out when he's got an investment. He's making
nothing, Claude.
The only way that we could do anything about this guy, right? And the only way we could do about it is empty seats.
Yeah,
and that's the only way. And it's not good one or two. Everyone has got to do it.
Listen, I don't think empty seats is going to work.
Of course it will. Of course it will.
Because
that's all you can do. Is none of us.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
4 or 5 matches. Look, I tell you another thing. What happened last year or the season before when Wenger was struggling and the ground was emptying, and what happened? Wenger went. Yeah. You keep doing that, at the end of the day, he'll go because he's not making. And also another thing you've got to stop is people get together and don't buy in the bars, in the club, and all things like that. Stop buying stuff in the bars.
If you've got a nice pair of shoes, right? Okay, you got a nice pair of shoes in Foot Locker, yeah, nice pair of trainers, right? So you get the company who's got the sprays for the trainers, so they don't get any stains on them, yeah, right? Want to sell them with the trainers, yeah? So that's your sponsors, yeah? Then you go and step in shit and your trainers smell of shit, right? All of a sudden, the sponsors don't want you. So if Arsenal are surrounded in a toxic environment and the fans don't go, the sponsors are not going to want to follow them. This season we got renewal of the Adidas deal. Where's the money gone? Where's the money? What we bought? Nothing.
But what I'm trying to say to you, Sonny, yeah, I agree with you. But it is a major problem when you've got a guy that owns 100% of the football club. And also, what you've got to realise, He's only using this football. He's not interested in trophies. He's only interested in investment. But
So-
what we've got, yeah, but hold on. Right, let's put it this way. Do you think someone, right, is going to say, "Oh, they want me out. I'm going to go, but I'll lose this money because of a few protesters that want me out"? It ain't going to happen.
Cool.
His investment in the club.
I agree.
Unless someone comes up and says,
I agree with you.
If someone comes up, like the Nigerian guy, Dangote or whatever, but then there's no guarantees. And let me tell you something now. There's no guarantee he's going to do exactly the same as what this guy's doing.
I agree with that as well.
So there's no guarantees in football. So we can moan as much as we want. But while we got him here, we got to hope, right, with the money that is given to these guys, that they spend it properly.
Cool,
right?
cool. You're 1,000,000% right? You're 100% right, okay? I agree with everything you said, right? So why don't these stupid Arsenal fans, right, see it as it is, know we're stuffed as a club under Kroenke, right, and not accept it. Instead we're fighting amongst each other because they're stupid, for one, right? The other thing is, you've got to accept it. If your missus kept giving you cold, if your missus kept making you cold food, you might eat it. You ain't got to accept it, though. You can still go to the toilet and have the runs. You can still get stomachache. We don't have to accept it.
See, I'm not. I'm just. Look, I agree the Cronkies are at fault for some of it, but I just don't think it can be laid at all at their
Daniel, seriously, go wash your face, give your head a wobble, bruv. Seriously,
we did. Come on, we did spend 72 million on Pepe.
Oh, so what, mate? So what? We need more than one player, Daniel, over the next 3 seasons.
But it's not gonna happen all in one transfer window.
Why not? Listen, we can't do it, Daniel. We ain't got £8 billion, Daniel. Kroenke's got 8 billion quid.
Sonny, you find me someone, Sonny, that's got 40 odd billion, not million, billion, that will buy this football club, and then we might go ahead.
So, if I knew someone like that, right, I'd marry him. I don't care. They could be 92, bruv. They could be 92. I'd marry him.
So you marry him.
I'm just saying, it's just the day. I tell you who's to blame for all this. It's the people that sold in all the shares that gave in. And
Exactly.
Who's got something to answer for and all for letting it go.
And you know what, Claude? You know what makes me sick? What makes me sick, right? It's the same stupid people who are blaming these people the Bracewell Smiths, the Peter Hillwoods, the Danny Frismans, the David Deans, who sold their shares, right? Was the ones who were licking their asses when they were here. The Arsenal supporters only wake up when it's too bloody late.
And look at that organisation called the Supporters Trust that go to meetings with these people, and then give people like Ivan Gazidis standing ovations. They're just as fucking bad as well.
Yeah, of course they are. Do you know what the fan base?
Don't get me started on that, eh?
That fan base is embarrassing.
Don't get me started on that.
And Daniel is now getting brainwashed. That's an example of getting brainwashed, Daniel.
I'm not getting brainwashed. I'm just looking at it from. Listen, we've had a decade and a half of mediocrity.
We're going to get another 100 years of it, bruv. We're going to get another 100 years.
There's got to be a period of transition. There's got to be a period of transition. I believe we've got the right coach in place. And I believe that we've just got. Listen, Arteta's only been in the door just over a month. Is what are fans expecting realistically to happen in a month?
You can have a sex change, bruv. It won't make you a woman, right? It is what it is. It is what it is, yeah. You know, it is what it is. Just face the facts, Arsenal fans. It is what it is. Stop making excuses, right? And be realistic. And don't have a go at the realistic fans who know what time it is. And then we might actually get some change.
But what's going to happen? What? Okay, let me put it to you another way, Sonny. what do you think when Arteta come in? What do you realistically think was going to happen in a month?
What's happened now? I'm not blaming Arteta. You're trying to turn tables on me. Like,
No. I'm really not. But
I was Arteta in before Emery, bro. I was Arteta in before Emery.
Yeah. No. But what you're misunderstanding what I'm trying to say. What I mean is when Arteta come in, right, and everybody hit the reset button when Arteta come in. Okay, new coach, new stuff. But in terms of transfers and stuff, what did you realistically think was going to happen in a month?
What's Arteta coming in got to do with transfers? Nothing.
Because he has a say on what the players he brings in.
Do me a favour.
He's the head coach.
They've got a recruitment team, so the manager has no say now. They've got a recruitment team for that.
But he has his say.
It doesn't mean they can listen to
him. Are you telling me that player who's coming in, Pablo Mari, is coming in and Arteta's not approved it? I'm not entirely sure.
The day Arteta goes against Raul and the ball, they'll chuck him out. Right?
But listen, before he got the
power, Daniel.
But before he got the job,
you're telling me Arteta's a puppet then?
Of course he is. Give me £6 million a year.
Right. Okay, Sonny. So you put it like that. Let me put this to you. Before Arteta was employed as Arsenal head coach, because that's what they're called now, do you not think that conversations were going to be had about transfers in that interview process?
They can have conversations. Arteta could give his opinion when he's got a list. When they give him a list of players, and he can add one or two. But if you're telling me that Arteta all of a sudden has come in and he says who we sign and who we don't sign, you're disillusioned. You're deluded, mate. Seriously. The Arsenal recruitment team, they're there for a reason, mate. They're there so no manager has the same control that Arsene Wenger had.
Do you know what's worrying? You know what's worrying about this whole thing? This guy that's come in, right? Apparently he was at Man City.
Yeah.
And he was rejected. Yeah. And Arteta was at Man City when he got rejected, wasn't he?
Yeah.
so how can what I don't understand, what the hell is he doing at our place then?
Good point. You know, like, no one's ever heard of him, right? No one's ever heard of the bloke, right? All of a sudden, he's the best centre back, and he's going to fix all Arsenal's problems. I hope he does.
Who's told you that, Johnny?
I don't think he's going to fix all Arsenal's problems. Do you know what I believe? Right, I believe this. Who we're getting in now, I believe he's a stopgap until we can get Upamecano in the summer.
Do me a favour,
I do believe it. No, I honestly do believe that it's a stopgap, and we are going to go after Upamecano. I'm going to say it now on this stream, right? I would put money on it that by the end of the summer transfer window, Upamecano is going to be an Arsenal player.
If they put a load of shit in the midfield, Daniel, because we've got Upamecano, it's nothing, is it?
I'm going to say that he's going to be a...
Daniel, just because you wear a nappy, don't stop you from shitting yourself.
Listen, mate, I ain't worn nappies for blooming 28 years, you know what I mean?
But... seriously.
It does baffle me that this guy is... coming in, it does baffle me because if Arteta, as I said, if he's worked under Arteta and he failed at Man City, why is he coming? I don't understand it, but we will see. He might turn out to be a wonderful player.
He might do. We don't know, do we? But if Claude, let me say to you, right? Granit Xhaka was leaving. Everyone hated the geezer. Yeah. He's had 5 good games. Give him credit. He's had 5 good games. Yeah.
Hmm.
If Arsenal were linked to another central defensive mid, everyone would now be crying that Granit Xhaka would be leaving, right? Like Granit Xhaka all of a sudden is the best player in the world, right? Yeah. Get some realism. If these players were so good, we'd be challenging.
Exactly. But also, what did you just say that the fan base on Twitter are saying that this guy's a great signing?
I'm getting slaughtered, Claude. What? Someone even said today to me, right? What's your problem? At least we've got a body. If you want a body, go and nick one from the bloody morgue. You know, you won't cost you £7 million. Yeah,
But
I'm not
come
saying
on,
I'm not saying Geezer's going to be a bad player, right? I'm not being negative. I'm not saying Geezer's going to be a bad player. All I'm saying is, if you gave me a choice between Koulibaly and this Geezer, I know what I'd pick.
Yeah.
but
Experience.
I mean, you're basing your judgment off a small section of fan base on Twitter.
No, it's not a small section of fan base. It's quite a big section of fan base. All of a sudden, Arteta's come in, right, which I'm 100% behind, and all of a sudden, I can't question one thing that Arteta does now because I'm behind him. It doesn't work like that. It don't work like that.
You obviously didn't see the Old Guns Blazing podcast.
I don't watch that trick.
Come on.
Dear.
All right. Anyway.
So, Sonny, having said all of that, what are you expecting on Monday?
Well, we're going to win the FA Cup, we're going to win the Europa League, and we're going to win the league as well, aren't we? Mate, every game Arsenal go into, I expect them to win because I'm an Arsenal fan, and I follow Arsenal with my heart.
Will I see you on the coach for Bournemouth, Sonny?
I ain't going. No, I'm not going. I'm not wasting my money on this.
I heard you're coming back on the coach for Bournemouth.
No, mate, I'm not wasting my money on that, mate. I'm not going to waste my money on that.
Come on, I bet you miss old Pat, didn't you? Come on,
mate. Do you know what, Claude? Seriously, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go pay £200 a ticket for me and my son, right? And then get a freebie. No, mate, I ain't doing it, mate. I ain't doing it. Go mug someone else off.
Yeah, but you're missing.
I ain't missing nothing.
You're missing the knowledge of Ty on the coach.
No, I ain't missing
Ty's knowledge.
Nothing. Everything's on YouTube. Nothing. Everything's on YouTube. You don't miss nothing. I ain't missed it. Every time Arsenal draw, I look in my pocket. I still got my money there, right? And I think to myself, you know what? Thank God for that. I'm not going to be one of these idiots. When we're shit, I'm going to go and jump up and down. I'll get lost. Arsenal owe me. I don't owe them.
Do you know that we've drawn half our league games? Is that right? We've drawn half of our league games.
Well, probably more. It's probably more than half.
To be fair, we've had more draws than what's in my missus' underwear drawer. You know what I mean?
We've got a 25% win ratio this season. 25%. Unbelievable. It's got to be one of the worst seasons.
75%. We haven't got a positive result, and everyone wants to go around like a global warming protester.
What about the Man United game?
Oh,
it's one game.
Was that not? Yeah, it's one game, but
yeah, but they're worse than us, Daniel. I'm telling you, they're worse than us.
Yeah. Listen, I agree, Claude. I agree. Man United are shit. Man United are fucking awful.
Are you serious?
Listen, I agree. Man United are fucking awful. They literally, they are worse than us.
But Daniel,
it's come to a point where our fans are celebrating a draw at Chelsea.
Yeah. Claude, £400 for a season ticket, and you're going to over a 38-game season plus all the cups. You're going to pull out 4 performances out of all those games. Out of 60 matches a year, you're going to pull out 4 performances. Is that worth £1,200 to you?
But let me ask you this as well.
I can't pull out one. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 I can pull out at the moment. I don't think. No, even that.
Let me ask you as well. Did you not think that draw at Chelsea was a good result? In the context of the game, and the way the game went,
it was great. But we're still in the position where we've only won 1 game in the last 6. Yeah, this is under the massive improvement I'm hearing from our fans. But it's a result business.
In the context of the game, it was a good result. In the context of that 90 minutes, it was a good result.
Yeah, exactly.
In the context of do we need the points, it's a shit result.
Yeah, I agree with you, Sonny, on that one. I agree it's a poor result in the context.
It was a must-win game for us, by the way, because we would have been.
Of course, but
we're still not in a worse position having drawn that game. We're still in the same position.
Mate, I hate to do your banking, bruv. Your calculator must be really off the chart, mate. How can you say that? It's another game gone and we haven't picked up maximum points. How are we not in a worse position? Explain that to me, please.
Because we're still in 10th. We was in 10th before. We were in 10th before that game. And we're still in 10. We're still 10 points off the top. We were 10 points off the top before we went into that game. So what's changed?
Off fourth, not top.
Off top 4.
Yeah, top. That's not the top, is it?
Well, I meant to say top 4. Come on.
By the way, while you're there, Sonny, did Simon have a go at me the other day? I heard him say something about me the other day.
No, I don't think so.
About blood brothers.
I weren't aware. I don't know. Don't think so. I don't think so.
Because he said, I heard him say he spoke to me and he's not spoken to me.
He put out one of his stupid videos about AFTV let themselves down without knowing no background information or nothing.
Well, yeah, he wasn't at the game, and anyway, let's leave it at that.
No one knows what goes on behind the scenes, other than people who are in it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I think. So, what you're going to round it up?
Yeah. So I'm going to go through both of you and ask you what your score predictions will be. Starting with you, Claude. What do you think your score? What score prediction for Monday?
I'm going to go 2-1 to the Gunners, and I think we're going to do it. And I'm going to go winner from Eddie Nketiah.
Not a bad shout. You probably get good odds on that as well. Sonny, score prediction.
You know what? Arsenal, their first team is not good enough. Never mind their reserves, right? To take anyone for granted, right? Don't want Eddie Nketiah starting. He's not good enough, right? That is not good enough. Just another needy man who's not going to make it Arsenal like the rest of them, right? Play your first team, and always go for an Arsenal win. But you take anyone for granted, we're going to get beaten because we're not good enough. So, but I'll go. We can't. I'll go 1-0.
Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. I hope you guys.
Daniel. Come on.
I think I'm going to go for. Do you know what? I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw because our away form is shit, quite frankly. But I do think it will be a high-scoring game. And listen, Bournemouth are going to be up for it because they're not doing well in the league, so they're going to be concentrating on the FA Cup. But I think it will be a 2-2 draw, and I think it'll end up going back to a replay. Because I think it. Isn't it the replays? We have replays in this round, but then next round it goes straight to penalties or something. If it's a draw, I heard something that they're scrapping with the replays up from the 5th round or something because of the Euros. I don't know whether that's true.
I know it's on the midweek, the next round.
Daniel, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be negative, mate. Right?
No. Listen, Sonny.
The thing is, if I was a weatherman, I'd be expected to tell the truth. If it's pissing down rain, I can't say sunny, bruv.
Listen, everyone's got an opinion, and it's great. Listen, if we all had the same opinions, it'd be boring.
But difference.
Do you know the biggest problem? Let me say this right. Do you know the biggest problem with our fan base is not that everyone's got a difference of opinion. It's majority of people get really offended with that difference of opinion, and they can't just see it as it is just a difference of opinion. But people take it to heart and get so triggered by somebody's opinion. It's unreal. I just let everyone's got difference of opinion. If everyone agreed with everybody, it'd just be boring, wouldn't it? There'd be no discussion. There'd be no.
You know what? If you can't have a respectful discussion, right? One thing everyone can agree on, you're a donut, bruv. If you can't have a respectful discussion about a game of football, you're a donut. It's simple as that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Anyway, Daniel, are you going to Bournemouth? You are, aren't you?
I am going to Bournemouth. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm
going to be there.
Joan thinks you're going. Joan, you're going with Joan, aren't you?
Yeah. She's driving me down in the car. So I'm going.
Can you tell me how much the ticket prices were for that? Because I still haven't got my ticket. I
paid a £5.
Oh, you're a lucky man. You lucky.
Yeah, I paid a £5 because part of the disabled part of the
Yeah, that's
disabled
good,
members,
that's
so I
good,
paid a
mate.
£5 for it,
Well done, mate. Well done.
which is pretty good. Are you going, Claude? You go?
Yeah, but I'll be there. But I don't. I'm 50-50. I don't want to let Pat down, but I'm.
Oh, you're going. Of course you're going. Of course you're going, Claude. I'll put my life on it. You going?
It's not exactly the game that you're going to get really excited about. You know what I mean? But we have to do it anyway.
I don't know. We drew 3-3
I
there
don't
once,
have that
didn't
buzz.
we?
I don't know about you lot. I don't have that buzz for the FA Cup that I used to have. I don't know. That's how I am. Anyway,
That's what I was asking you earlier, wasn't it, Claude? And before I round this up, I just want to ask you, Sonny, do you still treat the FA Cup as what it was a couple of years? You know, I remember when, you know, especially on the cup final day, the programs used to start at like 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you know, even before that, you used to see the players get off the coach.
Start in the morning with Tiswas, mate. You start earlier.
Yeah. So do you think the FA Cup's lost its value over the years? You
know, for me, when you go to Wembley and you're actually there, it's brilliant, right? So to see your team lift the FA Cup, it's magic, right? But having said that, so Champions League, Europa League, all these extra matches you're playing, it's totally killed it. It was better back in the day when you had the UEFA Cup, you had the Cup Winners' Cup, and you had the European Cup. That's when football's football. Those competitions meant something. Now it's just a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
I do agree, Claude.
Has it gone too commercial for you, Sonny?
Yeah, of course it has. Of course it has. It's all about the money. We're at 55 games in the Europa League so far, and we're only at knockout stage now. We're over crap.
Yeah, I know. But you never had fan channels then, though. No fan channels.
AFTV is to blame for Arsenal not getting up in McCartney probably next week.
It's just mad.
All right then, Daniel.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for coming on, Sonny.
No.
Thanks for coming on, Claude. And
thank you for inviting me on. And
thanks, Daniel. And
anytime you guys are about, I'll give you a shout and you can come on.
Mate, for me, right, it's just a conversation amongst friends. The fact that it's on YouTube is relative for me. So
yeah, of course.
Give me a shout. And what we'll do, we'll keep shouting out your channel and try and get your numbers up there as well.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate that.
Remember, Daniel, don't get frustrated either, because this is just a beginning for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The people you expect help from don't help you.
I know I had some blooming technical issues earlier with the. I can't believe that. Do you know what? I had it all set up as well, and then the technical issues just kicked in. But you know what? Everyone's been supportive so far, and I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of support that I've had. And I know I've only had this channel up and running a few days, but you know, it's like you guys said, it's going to take time, and tricky is to be consistent as well, isn't it?
They'll be supportive. They'll be subscribing to your channel, bruv. Actions speak louder than words, my friend. They should be subscribing to your channel like I did tonight. So,
I've subscribed, and I'm gonna get your channel going. Don't worry.
Okay, guys. Well, there we have it. Thank you, Claude, for joining us. Thanks, Sonny, for joining us.
Pleasure, mate.
And talking about subscribers, if you're not subscribed and you come across this video, come across this live stream, hit that subscribe button. Please do drive the likes up. It helps get the channel noticed. Go and check out all my other videos. I'd really appreciate it. Go and give those a like. And until tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow with my transfer talk daily. And then I'll be back with another live stream in the evening. I'll probably do a Q&A. And it will probably just be myself. So you get to look at my ugly mug for a bit. Until next time, we'll be back later.